Hi, welcome to the Modern Renaissance Man. I've been coaching the Modern Renaissance Man, and somebody's eating your cheesecake tonight. It's okay, you can get some more. Let's talk about China takeover. Talking about China like not the plates, but you know, as in the country. No, they're slowly taking over here. Have you noticed that? Everything you buy in the store these days is made from China. We talked about this before. China's got a lot of fingers into our country. But you know, one of the other things is that China also doesn't want us to sink, because if we sink, we're not buying all their goods and they're not getting all our money. So it actually is a cycling back around China. I think we need to start making some more of these toasters and things in the United States. Let's talk about the newbie people coming into Charlotte. And I've started seeing more of them. I know they're from out of town because they're turning left on red lights. I'm starting to see this regular downtown. Yeah. People busting red lights. I don't know why they're doing that. People from probably those northern people or whatever, they're coming in, that they allow those things to happen up there. I've always said, you know, we should build a wall to stop immigration. It just needs to be across the Mason-Dixon line and not above Mexico. If you support the wall to stop immigration in North Carolina from the north, write your congressman, whichever one that'll be elected in this coming year. This is election year. We're going to put in a new governor, new presidents, new House of Representatives, and let's hope we don't put back in Elizabeth Dole. Please. She is against aviation, and our Reverend of the Church of Flying Scientology will have a conniption if she gets back in. She does nothing for helping pilots in this country. Speaking of which, did you know the number of pilots has slowly, progressively gone down over the last 20 years? 20 years ago, there were right around 800, 900,000 pilots. They're only now, including students, about 600,000. It's an expensive thing to do, but the government is also making it more expensive. General aviation, support it. It's good for our economy. Big concern I have these days, BET, Black Entertainment Television. You know, I find it real interesting that we have a station dedicated to a race, and that's okay. For some people. What if we had a WET or a WIN station, White Entertainment Television or White Entertainment Network? I bet there would be some conniptions raised. We have Hispanic TV, basically, for Hispanic people only. Don't have English-speaking people on the channel. I bet if we focused only on other races, there'd be some conniptions on that. You know, it's about time that we stop some of this reverse discrimination and basically own up and say, you know, some things aren't right. They need to be changed. And with that, I'm going to go to my soapbox. When I was growing up, a black child cut my bicycle seat. My fault. I'm white. When I was in junior high school, we had racial fights. Black teenagers jumped on me for no reason, tried to beat me up. My fault. I'm white. Almost 30 years ago, I applied for a job with Medic, our local ambulance service. They said they weren't hiring. Well, they hired a black man, a white woman, and a black woman. Straight out of school, I had experience. My fault. I'm white. I have worked against racism. As a paramedic, I tried to save black people. I delivered a black baby. I've been in the low-income houses that our local black politicians and our black preachers have not gone into without at least police or protective custody, protection groups, police officers, or the media with them to feel safe. I'm tired of hearing that racism is my fault because I happen to be white. Now the presidential race this year has become about racism. Blacks are already threatening about Obama not getting elected. My fault. Not. However, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to vote for Obama in November. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to vote for Obama in November. Not because he's a good leader. Not because he's reasonably honest for a politician. Not because he's a Democrat, and I happen to be a Democrat. Not because he'll bring change. He better bring change because the Senate's a Democrat and the House is controlled by Democrats. He better bring change. No, I'm voting for him so that the racist people in this country will finally shut up and quit blaming me for their problems. Vote for Obama in November. Don't like it? It's not my fault. And that's the way I feel. And with that, if we can get the band up rolling, they're back over here basically enjoying their new engagement and get them ready for some tunes. Glad you joined us. And while I'm winding down, we'll listen to some good tunes from DoranAnna. Glad you're here.
Little mishap there. Okay, now we're ready.
Keep the outside looking good, but on the inside lay low. Rid your mind of your conscience, straight face so no one can tell. What you see with your money, you put your soul out for sale. You put your soul out for sale. Nowhere to turn to now. No one's there to catch you when you're falling to the ground. Nowhere to turn to now. They're just going to kick you. They will kick you when you're down. Kick you when you're falling down. Gonna kick you to the ground. nowhere to turn to, nowhere to turn to now, nowhere to turn to, nowhere to turn to now.
All right. Excellent. Great tunes. Thank you. Glad you stayed with us. Ben Copeland, the Modern Renaissance Man. You're not. Anyway, we're here. We have a website, www.mrmtv.org. We put information about the show and other things of interest. TV, flying, cars, projects, stuff about the band who is now, when you're seeing this, hopefully they're still engaged. It's been a month and they haven't beat each other up. That's what happens when you sit close together for taping sessions, is what we learned. I want to milk this one to the end. Let me tell you what, I got you now. Can't do anything about it. Anyway, so we all say congratulations. Everybody say congratulations. Really.
Thank you.
Yeah. Remind me not to sit on that side of the room. I'm already married. I don't need any trouble. Email me, mrm@together.net, and I'll reply. We got anniversary shows coming up. July 4th this year is actually on a Friday. We will be airing on July 4th, so we'll probably try to do something funky this time. We sort of fell asleep on the second-year anniversary. The first one was great. I made home screen T-shirts, so maybe I'll come up with somebody. It depends on how the budget goes. Have to talk to the master budgeter and see what she's got to say about it. Generally, we can afford pizza, so we'll have to see how we can spread it out here. Anyway, merriment's a necessity. If you're not having some fun in your life, do something about it. We do television down here for fun. Most of the time we're having it. Do that. I don't have a AMRM DVD yet. I haven't got around really to making it. I've been promising it forever, and I probably will continue to. It would be a giveaway if we do it, and I guess once again we've got to afford to buy the DVDs that we can give away. But it'd be sort of neat, because then that way you could capture the band in your home if you hadn't already recorded. With that, I want to bring out a guest who's been with me before. He's back again. Wonderful man. And EdFox, come on out. Yeah. Excellent, Ed. How you doing?
Good to be back.
Good to be back. Good to be here. I'm glad you're here.
Good to be here.
It's always cool to have some fun. Let's get our, we have our housekeeping stuff we have to get away. The host cam, and see we capture here, and the camera people always hate me on this because it gets them on TV. So you see them sort of crunch down behind their cameras.
That's right.
And like, I'm not really here, it's just a camera, So you remember that show, Crush Your Head?
Yes.
If I hold my finger up, I
Kids
can
in the
see
Hall.
I love that. Yeah, those guys from Canada, they were cool. There's the band. That's right. That's the place, the room you don't sit. You'll end up getting engaged. That's it. How do you do, Ed?
Doing great.
And we're gonna bring her in a little bit. Ashley's back in there. Can we see Ashley? Wave, Ashley. Yeah, there you are. We'll get you out here. We're gonna bring Ashley out here in a little bit and introduce you to more of Ed's endeavors. With that, topics.
What's
Working
going
from
on?
home. You said something like
Yeah, you know what?
What's that about?
I heard an ad on the radio for a company that'll link you into your desktop no matter where you are in the world, so that you can work from wherever you are. And they were saying, hey, you're in Paris, you can do work, or you're in Rome, you can do work, and stuff like that. I thought, that's a terrible idea, because you're never away from work at that point.
I know, and you see them on the beach
Yeah.
with their laptops.
And the problem is, I mean, it's one thing to say, I'm at this place and I want to do some work, but I have a feeling it's going to get more toward you're going on vacation and somebody's going to assign your work while you're there because they know you can do it. So
I had a guy today, as a matter of fact, leaving work, interesting enough, he brought it up. He said that they don't have really the office space for him right now, and they're going to let him start working from the house 5 days a week.
I know.
And we're talking about cubes. I mean, it's not like a big office kind of thing. They don't even have a cube, I guess. So
I don't know. Working from home is kind of distracting. At least it is in my house, anyway.
The only time I was ever successful at work is when I used to be on call 24 hours a day, and it's like 2 in the morning, and there wasn't really much of anybody to bother me, and I could log in and fix problems.
Yeah.
But I think it's a symbol of dissatisfaction, obsession, compulsive behavior. People have no lives, I guess.
Right. Well, I guess the advantage is you don't have to pay $3.50 for gas to drive somewhere.
And parking's pretty.
And parking too. That's right.
But now my problem is that then I have to turn around and I've sort of cheaped out. We've had dial-up. Here I've been in IT for 28
Yeah.
years, and I still use dial-up at home because I don't surf like that. I don't download stuff, and so I don't really get the benefit.
I did
Yeah.
dial-up for years, and then I finally broke down and got the faster thing, and I'll never go back to dial-up.
Oh yeah, that's just it. So once you got it, so
That's
but
right. I
that's the
used to-
thing is I had to wean myself from work when I go home because I know.
Right. I mean, I used to, with dial-up, I'd take a book with me, and I'd have to read while I was loading.
That's actually mine screams about the fastest you're gonna get a dial-up. But like I said, I don't play the games. I don't download music. I don't download video. The only video I put on the computer is what we make from the show.
I've been watching YouTube a lot, and actually I have a YouTube site that I use in teaching too, so I can find, like, if I need an earthquake video, I can do YouTube it, and then
We just
tell
go in the
my class
backyard
about
and
it.
shake the camera.
Yeah, you can do that. It's old school,
That's right. Earthquake in North Carolina.
like the old Star Treks where they're going.
That's right. Yeah. There's low. It's technology. Your profession is a teacher.
That's
One of the things you were talking about was technology in school. I read an article they were talking about trying to have a robot
teacher.
robot teachers coming in, hot and heavy, and actually to the level of almost like a lot more of robot per child. I mean, now we're talking pretty serious here about trying to bring in all these robots, into the schools. And I guess if you have a problem, you go to your robot and you communicate with them.
Robot paddlers.
So
Somebody gets in trouble, you can pull out the robot.
yeah, well, I guess, and then you can't sue the robot. So I mean,
So I don't know what happened. It just started paddling the child.
That's right. Rebooted the student. So what's the technology issues you're seeing in schools?
I don't know. It seems like my teaching career I've been teaching long enough that I've gone pre-internet, and now of course everybody has internet, and it doesn't seem like students are any smarter now than they used to be, and everybody's always big on technology, and it's almost a technology for technology's sake. When I don't see really people are getting smarter. Sure, they have access to a lot of information, but student reports from 20 years ago are just as good as they are now. I mean, the actual presentation, they're a lot slicker now because you can type it up and you put pictures in, things like that, instead of tearing it out of notebooks and having to physically cut things
Right.
out. That's been the big benefit in terms of student reports, but in terms of student knowledge and student achievement, it's not like we're producing all these brilliant students now that we didn't have 20 years ago. So that's my technology.
So what
soapbox.
do you think needs to be done? Since you're a professional educator, what are some things you'd like to see?
Well, I'm not against technology. I'm just it's not the panacea that perhaps a lot of people think. Well, every student gets a laptop, and that means everybody's doing well at that point. It's all. I tell you what, it's really bottom line is the teacher in the classroom itself. So how the information is communicated there and presented, and understanding how students learn.
Yeah, and one person I know that teaches, actually they substitute regularly for CMS, and which that means I can't manage stuff. Anyway, they tell me about a lot of the issues they see, and it really sounds like they're the same place that you're talking of, is that all this stuff is introduced. Some of it's not even used effectively, and some of the greatest problems in Charlotte school systems is that the teachers are not empowered, and they're giving canned lesson stuff, or they're relying on technology for stuff instead of being the real teacher. And I think that's a lot of what's missing. It sounds like to me.
Maybe even with canned stuff, I think a lot of it's personality, of the teacher, and it's not even dedication, because there's a lot of dedicated teachers out there, and I'd say probably most of them are, but it's all in the effective communication with students. I'm not sure how you teach that, because a lot of it's just inherent, I suppose.
But I think substituting technology for the person is missing a lot. I mean, and they're not getting that interaction.
That's right. I mean, it's another option. I mean, I teach a couple of internet classes where we never meet, and they send stuff in every week, and
So you don't see them like when they're making faces and
No, I don't.
and all that could be going on.
they can grade stuff naked. Not that I
That's
do
not
that.
a picture I want to think about.
Not
but
that I do that. But
I always used to have my robe on when I was doing stuff.
oh yeah.
I
But
didn't want the neighbors to see anything, think I was really,
yeah. But I don't want to come across anti-technology because I use it all the time. It's just not the panacea.
Well, I love it. My wife actually told me that I was a techno pimp.
Yeah.
She said there's things that she never needed ever in her life that she's come to depend on, the email stuff. Now, she doesn't use a whole lot. She loves email.
And the website.
And she doesn't do a whole lot on surfing stuff. She on occasion. I mean, me, I've got the computer that's got cameras hooked to it, stereo hooked to it, VCRs hooked to it. You know, I crossed the, which is not a big to do these days. I'm 1 point something terabytes of storage, you know, on just my box. And now I don't network in my house because I don't.
Not on the chat rooms.
I don't. Well, I mean to other computers.
Oh.
Yeah, I like my computer to be germ free.
Yes.
So we don't pass diseases around my house. So they don't talk to each other. And we also do supervised internet access.
With the kids.
Yeah, my daughter is only allowed to use my computer. Well, she could use my wife's, but she prefers mine because mine's faster. But
Yeah.
to internet access, hers is not connected. Now, when she's old enough to figure out how to do it, then that's fine because it has the capability.
That'd be a goal for her to work for.
You know, it's not plugged into anything. Yeah, so. And then when my stepson was about 16, 18, I figured, well, if he hadn't seen it, he probably already should. You know,
Right.
He probably should. Yeah, so that I wouldn't worry about.
Hey, come over, look at this.
You need to
Don't
check
tell
out
your
these
mom.
sites. Yeah, that type of thing. So what else is going on with you here? You doing some road trips? Here we are. We're here showing probably the latter part of June. Have you done any road trips by now?
By now, yes. I went to a family reunion in Baton Rouge.
Oh.
Actually, my wife's family. So that's a long drive there.
That's right. I mean,
360 a gallon in a minivan. So, but
I
it's
don't know,
a
from
big thing.
Louisiana, or however you pronounce that. I'm not very Cajun.
Yeah, they go. My wife's from New Orleans, or Nolans.
Nolans.
Is where she's from.
Yeah, and I've been in there. I've been in Nolans for.
So her dad was down there at Katrina time, but his house is just above sea level enough to have avoided flooding. It's almost like at sea level.
Which is not much. I mean,
No, that's right.
Because I've been down there.
It's no more than
pretty
5
low.
feet above
Every
sea
people
level.
talking about getting basements flooded all the time.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal.
His is kind of elevated.
Well, let's do this. Speaking of family, let's get one of your children.
Yeah, my
out
daughter
here.
Ashley's here
Ashley, you'll
tonight.
come out and join us.
Staying
Yeah,
up
Ashley
late.
Fox. Yay! Hey,
There's
Ashley.
Homework.
How you doing? I don't know if you pick you up on the mic here. Ashley, how old are you?
I'm 11.
Yeah, you're 11. And where do you go to school?
Charlotte Latin.
Charlotte Latin. How do you like it?
It's nice.
You can talk bad about it. It's okay. We can do it.
That's right.
That's right. It's
Do you like
okay
your
on this
teacher?
show. We talk bad about them all the time.
Do you like your teacher?
Yeah.
There we go.
there
we
you go. What grade?
Now we'll tell them to watch.
I'm in 5th
You're
grade.
in 5th grade. Are you rotating classes much?
We rotate science and math. We have Miss Graham for our teacher, and my homeroom is Mr. Buxton.
So what's your favorite subject?
I like reading.
Reading. Oh,
Yeah.
I know Kate likes reading. She reads a whole lot. What's your kind of books?
I like mystery books.
Like the Nancy Drew kind of stuff? Or you know that, do you?
Those are cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What about the, we talked earlier show about the Harry Potter stuff. You read much of that?
No.
Yeah, not into that?
Saw the movies though.
Yeah, I see the movies, but I haven't seen the last one.
Are you familiar with the manga stuff that's around? Are you familiar? That's basically the graphic books, the graphic novels. We used to call them comic books, basically. But the manga stuff reads backwards because it's basically like Japanese kind of stuff. Yeah. So, well, good for you, reading and 5th grade, and best of luck coming up. Because by this time, you might be, actually, by the time this shows, you'll probably be out of school going in 6th grade, so you'll be a middle schooler.
That's right.
Our graduation is like May something. I'm not really sure.
End of May.
End of May.
Okay. Well, good. Glad you're here. Glad you came with your dad. Watch the TV magic. Speaking of TV magic, it's time for us to roll out the door. I always want to thank my volunteers, the crew who come down here and make this show happen. Without the camera people, we would not be here. Dano, my director. Dean Smart, assistant director, audio management. The guy's been with me for 3 years actually now. Stay tuned for our 3rd year anniversary show coming up July 4th. We hope to have a blast doing it because we've had a blast for the last 3 years. Our new band that came on has been with us now probably by this time now about 1.5 years actually, so thereabouts a little under. So we watch the show grow, but without the volunteers, it doesn't happen. Ed, thanks a lot. Ashley,
Thanks for coming.
for coming and joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll go out with DoranAnna on that. I'm Ben Copeland, the Modern Renaissance Man. Thank you, and have a good evening.
Thoughts running through my head, don't know what to do with them. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking of you at all. Slip away, my mind slips away in time. Grasp a moment from the past and I laugh, trying to make it last. Dreams I dream of you seem to wish of too. Then I wake with mistakes of what I'll do today. Will I run?